Hare Krishna, welcome all the participants for day 4 of this Harmony Festival. And today we have with us Dr. Aditi Mishal. She is the Chief Sustainability Officer at GEV. We welcome Mataji for this wonderful session. And over to you, Mataji.
Yeah, thank you so much, Prabhu, for the warm welcome. And I find a few places familiar, and definitely others I'll get familiar today as we go ahead. Um, when you talk about Govardhan Eco Village, actually, Govardhan Eco Village represents harmony in true sense. Yeah, and in fact, the values of Govardhan Eco Village are harmony with self, with divine, environment, and the community at large. So, what we are going to discuss today actually revolves around harmony with environment. So, I welcome all of you for this session where we will be discussing more on how environment needs us. What are the challenges that we are facing right now? How Govardhan Eco Village is contributing to sustainability, and then we will focus a little on the plastic, a program that Govardhan Eco Village supports with United Nations Environment Program. So here I go to the next slide where we talk about some of the pictures that you see here. And I'm sure a picture is worth 1,000 words. I would like some of you to unmute and say what you observe in these pictures.
We can see different types.
Please go ahead.
I see pollution over here.
Different types of environment. Hear from you? Yeah, you see the pollution. I think I'm losing you here. Can anyone else also volunteer to speak?
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. I can hear you better now.
Hare Krishna. We can see the changes in the climate because the glaciers are melting and the polar bear has no place to stay.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
We can see fires. We can see fires and different climatic changes like tornadoes.
Yeah. And in fact, very graphically, probably these collection of pictures, some of them may not be exactly reality, because you see, the rising levels of sea and how the Statue of Liberty has to wear the tire to protect itself from getting drowned and all. But then definitely the message that it gives is very, very strong here. Yeah. So this is one of the real situations that we have faced in India. And floods is a very common phenomenon. And you see the extremes happening. The same year that we faced drought in the summer, we also faced floods in the same year in another season. So it's a extreme weather events that you could see in the same year. So here are a few statistics that I would like to share with all of you. Yeah. This is the graph which summarizes the temperature changes which have happened compared to a global average of the year 1880. And what you could see here is the temperature rise of around more than 1.2 degrees Celsius every year. So the carbon emissions which are happening. But definitely one thing is for sure, that the time to act is now. So in a century, it's almost like 28 centimeters of rise in the sea levels that you could see. And there are almost 14 hottest days which have occurred in the last 16 years, which has not happened any time in the history. So here is again a short quiz. What do you see in these pictures? Any guess?
Deforestation.
Deforestation. Yeah, thank you so much. So, may I know who said it?
Murari Mohin.
Station that you see here. Yeah, Murari Mohini Madaji. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. So very valid point. What you could see is satellite image visible, the color change that you could see in the area where deforestation has happened. Yeah, and where you could see abundant of this, what you could see 2014, year 2014, much green. This is a picture taken in south of India. The picture of 2014 and for 2018, you could see a tremendous level of deforestation happening in South India. So it's a very grave problem that we are. So I would just request that when you also help mute so that the disturbance doesn't happen. So about our station, it's almost 80 million, which 18 million, almost like 7.3 million hectares of forest, which is lost every year. And you can imagine the kind of trees that are being cut. These trees would take years, 50 years, 100 years, at times even 400, 500 years to grow to the extent, what it was originally before the deforestation. And in fact, as we all also know, that Amazon forest is also called as lungs. Unfortunately, even Amazon forest is the victim of deforestation. Deforestation happening on the Brazil side of it and the other parts of the world when it comes to Amazon. And this deforestation doesn't just affect environment, climate and all. It is affecting other species too. Almost 28,000 species will become extinct in the next year if we don't take firm steps against deforestation. So where we are talking about all of the challenges, and I'm sure you would say that we are already facing so many challenges when it comes to COVID. Yeah, Maharashtra has gone into the second phase of lockdown. Yeah. So what is the hope? Yeah, so all throughout, what I'm doing is we are discussing upon the challenges. I talk about the positive things also as to what GV is doing in that particular area of challenge. And then we also discuss, and here you could also bring in your points as to what you think or what you are actually doing to help resolve that challenge. So what you could see here is a very beautiful picture of Govardhan Eco Village. Is there anyone who visited Govardhan Eco Village earlier? And can you guess what's the picture all about?
This is the Yamuna and all the areas around Mother Yamuna.
Absolutely right. This is the Vrindavan forest area that you see from the top. It's an aerial view of it. And Any guess on the number of trees which are here, just in the forest area? No problem. I'll help out with the number. It's almost 10,000 plus trees in the Vrindavan forest itself. Yeah, and it supports a lot of biodiversity. In fact, those of you who visited Govardhan Eco Village, I'm sure you remember a lot of butterflies dancing and birds chirping around in this particular region. So this cultural and biodiversity park created at Govardhan Eco Village is symbol of how humans can be more grateful to Mother Nature, and with that gratitude, instead of you know instead of greed, choosing to be grateful, what a wonderful habitat we can create for all of us. So what can I do? So what do you think, how can you help reducing the climate change and reducing deforestation? Any guess? Anything that you have done and which you would like to share?
We try to save as much water as we can. Water
Great.
harvesting systems.
So a lot of times taps are running consistently, and making sure that wherever you go, whether that's your area or not your area, you still ensure that the taps around are shut properly, because this little bit of water savage can create huge environmental change from our point of view as well. And saving the trees by watering them, like just having few plants around in our own house makes a huge difference. And then the trees outside till the rainy season, we can also go and just water them.
Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, thanks so much. And may I know who gave in the points?
Vrishali.
Rushali. And before you? Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Rushali, for all of the valid suggestions here. And in fact, a few more suggestions from my side. Yeah. When you talk about carbon emissions, does anyone of us know that maximum carbon emissions actually happens through two routes? Yeah. One route is the electricity. The coal-based electricity generation is one of the biggest reason, or it is the primary reason for the carbon emissions that we are able to see. And another is, of course, the transportation, yeah, and the vehicles moving from one place to another. So one more way that probably all of us can help contribute is start eating local produce, yeah, and start using locally sourced products. In fact, in sustainability, one of the criteria is defined that the organization which is going for some certifications for sustainability, they need to produce an evidence that whatever is used in that organization is sourced from within 100 kilometers range. So this can become a guideline for the decision to be made. What is truly a local produce for me? Yeah, of course, nowadays you find a lot of greenhouse initiatives which grow foreign agriculture produce also. Yeah, but then it's definitely worth it to ask the shopkeeper as to where this produce is accessed from, what is the source of it. Yeah, and the same thing could be done, even though we may be uh, having no much options when it comes to using the products at the or buying the products from the mall. But definitely we should take an effort to ask where that t-shirt or where that particular clothing has come from, where that apparel has come from. Okay, so the eating local produce, and at the same time consuming local products. Yeah, this is something which can help a lot. And of course, for the electricity, one thing probably which I would like to ask: does anyone of you know what was your last electricity bill amount?
3,800.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Who said it?
Bhakti.
450.
450. Great. Yeah. Thank you for sharing over here.
It's surprising.
Yeah, that's a possibility. That's it. So
I do not have a refrigerator at home. Even geyser is not used. So yes, I managed to get it 450.
Amazing. Can we
Great.
all take a minute to recognize her and applaud? Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. Thank you so much for this. This is really inspiring for all of us. Yeah. So keeping a track of the electricity bill that we have, looking at where we can avoid the electricity spending. Yeah. Which of course I would not say that, of course the minimalism is definitely the path. Yeah. But then everyone's standard may not be the same, but we can still make an effort to find out where we can reduce a little, because those small things matter a lot as we move further, and as our environment, it 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 gets some time to heal as the carbon emissions decrease. Thank you so much for sharing here. Let us go further. Yeah. Any guess what I'm going to talk next about?
The pollution in Delhi, specifically.
Yeah. So any guess which is the top most polluted city in India?
Delhi.
New Delhi.
New Delhi?
Airwise New Delhi.
Okay. Yeah. So good guess. I think you're very close to it, but you're not absolutely right. Of course, these are figures a little old. I'm not sure things may have changed after that. But surprisingly for me, it was Kanpur. And you will not believe that out of 15 most polluted cities globally, 14 cities were from India. Yeah. And here are some scary facts that we have already lost 5 years from our life because of air pollution. And almost 1.4 billion people, in fact almost the whole country, is living in a place which is not considered suitable from the point of view of air pollution by WHO guidelines. So we can imagine what is the cost of this air pollution. It's our life. So I would like to share something about what Govardhan Eco Village is doing in this particular regard. And as I told you, that the coal-based electricity generation, yeah, it is the highest cause of air pollution, especially the CO2. Yeah. And so of course, let us, like for those who are interested in some in-depth information, let me tell you that though we considered methane and other few gases, greenhouse gases, as more dangerous in smaller quantities, still CO2 remains the biggest challenge, and the focus of UN and all of these developmental agencies is on CO2 reduction. The reason being the quantity of it. Yeah? So when we talk about Govardhan Eco Village, we have very interesting energy management scenario here, as you can see. Out of the annual energy consumption that we have, as you could see here, we have installed solar power plant of 220 kilowatt capacity. Anyone who was in GB recently and knows where the solar power plant is located, the new one?
I was there last to last year and I remember where it is.
Yeah, it's very close to the cow shed that we have, the
Yes.
Goshala that we have.
Yes, yes.
So, so in fact, that is where we have the latest solar power installation at Govardhan Eco Village. But apart from that, I'm sure you must have also seen biogas close by Goshala. You must have heard about pyrolysis plant. Has anyone of you seen pyrolysis plant at Govardhan Eco Village?
Yeah, I have seen when I had come for this YTTC course in February. So Nivainila Prabhu had taken us for a GV tour where he showed us all of that.
Amazing, yeah. So in fact, we are all passionate about when it comes to sustainability, because that is what GV symbolizes beyond spirituality, yoga. Sustainability is another pillar, strong pillar when it comes to Govardhan Village and what defines us at Govardhan Village. So we also, of course, have the soil biotechnology plant, and as compared to the traditional sewage treatment plants, SBT helps to save the expense of recycling 1 liter water waste. I'll not say wastewater. The black or gray water would be just 1 paisa per liter. Yeah, so you can imagine how much of electricity we are saving when it comes to the soil biotechnology plant. So for those who have not have had an opportunity to visit Govardhan Eco Village yet, what you could see here is the solar power plant, the latest one, close by Goshala, and the pyrolysis plant that we have at GE. So what can I do as an individual? Anyone who would like to share what you're doing and inspire us again?
I'm trying to do organic gardening. We're trying to harvest rainwater in water barrel systems at our personal homes, and we're completely no to packaged water. No plastic bottles allowed in the house. Absolutely zero.
Amazing. Who can I know your name, please?
My name is Nandini Radha Devi Dasi, also known as Nitika Parmar.
Yeah, that's so amazing, Nandini Radhika Madaji. It's very inspiring that you have shared it here. So, while getting ready for the the webinar that we had, the first thing what we do is have the steel water bottles, replace all of the plastic bottles as far as possible. And definitely carry your own water wherever you go. Yeah, amazing inputs. Thank you so much. Probably one more thing which I would like to share is walk and use bicycles as much as possible. We stay in Govardhan Eco Village, and it's you all know that it's spread out in 100 acres. Yeah. We ensure that we walk a lot when we are here in Govardhan Eco Village. So when you come to GEV, you will experience the joy of walking. Yeah? People easily walk because it's all fresh air here. You have a lot of oxygen in the air here. You walk, you don't feel exhausted. You feel more fresh. Yeah. So people walk daily, 6 to 10 kilometers easily. Yeah. So definitely we can start with little. So maybe we can have smaller targets, say maybe half a kilometer, 1 kilometer, and so on and so forth. Yeah, and I'm sure the amount of petrol and the fossil fuels that we save will have a lot of impact on helping our environment. Any guess with this picture what message I'm giving or what I'm going to talk about next? Sorry if it is too disgusting a photo, but it graphically represents something.
Hare Krishna,
Anim-
Mataji. Stop killing the animals means you adapt
Meat eating.
Yes.
Animal
Meat
hide
eating.
being used for accessories,
Animals are
bags,
slaughtered,
etc.
slaughtered animals.
So that is one of the things. Because
slaughtered animals, meat
eating, and also usage of their hide for accessories.
Skin accessories, yes. Skins used for accessories.
Absolutely right. Yeah. So the picture is from Africa, and probably they eat all of people who consume all of these animals. Do you all agree? So zoonotic diseases is on rise, and COVID-19 is the result of the meat eating, the result of especially killing wild animals and disturbing their habitats. So this is the April 14th update on COVID-19 when it comes to India. And it's very unfortunate that how many of our own close relatives and friends and families, members that we have lost to COVID-19. I have some interesting fact about COVID-19 which is not otherwise discussed. My question is COVID and environmental degradation related?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, of course it's related.
How?
The way we are exploiting our environment on a day-to-day basis is like the result of the COVID-19. That's how the cycle
And all
is.
the wet markets. And all the wet markets existing also, all around the world.
Also, unnecessary technology like G5.
Yeah, absolutely right. So I have an interesting video to share with all of you. In fact, you can also read the message here. This has come from Miss Kit. Does a lot of work when it comes to the intersection of ecology and health. And what we have come to know with a lot of these environmental experts digging deep into the correlation the COVID-19 and the outbreak of viruses has with the environmental degradation. This is a very beautiful video which I have brought for all of you, and hope the internet connection supports it. So by the time dilution effect. So have you heard of dilution effect anytime before this? And what is the feature of environment that the dilution effect is correlated to? No issues. Yeah. So when we talk about environment, remember the ecology supports biodiversity, and when we have biodiversity, actually what happens is all of these diseases, the viruses, bacteria, and all of them, they have access to multiple hosts. And when the hosts get hampered, and when killing happens rampantly when it comes to wild animals and the wet markets and these all things go rampant, that is the time when these viruses, they start invading into the the human space that we have in the environment. So it's very important that we understand that the working towards biodiversity is very, very critical. So in fact, the terrace gardening is one of the methods by which we can still help biodiversity in some ways. Yeah. And those who have the luxury of some more space, those who have an opportunity to go and do plantation for forests, please go ahead and do that. It's very, very critical. And it's critical not only for the environment, it's critical for us. So something that Govardhan Eco Village supports is vegetarianism. So vegetarianism in itself is about controlling the zoonotic diseases, and it's not just one or two spiritual organizations which are speaking about it. Now even environmentalists have realized the importance of it. Yeah? So what you could see here is the agricultural initiatives that we have. We are supporting at Govardhan Eco Village. We work with 78 plus villages close by Govardhan Eco Village, and we are working on organic farming as a method to help improve the soil and the water quality, along with better food agricultural produce. So what you could see here is the actual picture. It is a misnomer that the organic farming doesn't support larger produce. It does. Yeah, the produce is good, and in fact we have a 1 acre Sorry, I think I lost you all. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We are able to hear.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, going further, so what can I do? What is the answer? Can you hear me?
Could you please repeat your
Yes.
question?
We lost you in between.
Yeah, no problem. So when you talk about zoonotic diseases, yeah, and COVID-19 pandemic, and how the interaction is happening when it comes to ecology, the environment, and the health systems. Yeah? So human health, particularly for that matter. So what do you think? What can I do? What would be the answer to this question?
One has to keep the boundary between domesticated and wild animals intact, because currently that's not what's happening. All the wild animals are being brought into the urban areas and they're being eaten.
Yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely right. But for that matter, why not go a step further and say that vegetarianism? So, in fact, when it comes to the slaughterhouses, do we all know that slaughterhouses do maximum water pollution? So, I'm sure a lot of my friends are doing so inspiring things, and I'm really touched. Someone saying that we save electricity to this extent that our monthly bill is just 450 rupees. Yeah, or someone saying that no plastic in my comes in my house, and a lot of or terrace gardening and all of these things that we are doing. Why not stick to vegetarianism as our promise to ourselves and the nature? Why? Because the slaughterhouses is one of the largest user of water. Yeah, the largest consumers of water. Yeah, and even for that matter, the leather industry. Why Kanpur is also one of the most has one of the most polluted patch of Mother Ganges. The reason is the leather industry, which is there in Kanpur. So in fact, slaughterhouses and leather industry is one of the biggest polluters of water. Yeah, so this is one thing which I would like to share, and definitely the input that you suggested is also very valid, but probably a step further could be vegetarianism. Yeah. So any guess what we are going to talk about next?
Increasing levels of
water reservoir,
water table, the lowering levels of water, groundwater levels.
water reservation.
Absolutely right. Yeah.
Save
Is there
water.
any yeah, agreed. So any other observation from the photograph?
People are not getting water in villages, in far off places, and more lands are getting barren because of excess cultivation of crops.
Absolutely right. Yeah. Any other observation from the photograph?
A well is supposed to
Water
be
level.
Sorry, losing you.
A well is supposed to be known as the water conservoir of the village, but then seeing that the well does not have a good quantity of water that can sustain the entire villagers. So that means that even the wells are drying up.
Yeah, true. Agreed.
There's water scarcity.
Mainly Matajis are facing this problem.
Yeah, who said it?
Aarti Kulkarni.
Aarti Kulkarni, Mataji. Thank you so much. Yeah, you deserve an applaud. Yeah, it's an amazing thing. Thank you so much for sharing here. We are talking about women empowerment. Yeah.
मैं कुछ बोलूं?
Yeah, please go ahead.
ये महाराष्ट्रियन स्टाइल की साड़ीज वगैरह पहनी इन्होंने, और इस कुएं पर कोई घिरनी जैसी चीज नहीं लगी है, तो मैनुअल पावर बहुत लगती है क्योंकि इतनी सारी रस्सी, और ये दिख रहा है बहुत डीप चला गया पानी। और ऐसे कुओं के कारण डिजीजेस जो नारूबाला वगैरह फैले थे वो ओपन होने के कारण फैल सकते हैं।
And in current,
thank you, Anjali.
Scenario,
very valid point.
In current scenario, this kind of crowd is not good for even for the corona.
और अगर इसमें वो वर्षा का पानी संचित करने वाला पाइपलाइन डाल दी जाए तो ग्राउंड लेवल तो ऊंचा होता ही है, और जो क्वालिटी ऑफ वाटर है वो बहुत अच्छी हो जाती है।
Yeah, I completely agree with all of your points. You know what? Probably when it comes to women, we are talking about women empowerment.
तो सारी वुमन एंड गर्ल्स ही हैं यहाँ, तो मैन पावर में कोई मैन नजर नहीं आ रहा, तो इनका तो कितना टाइम इसमें लगता होगा, कितनी पावर लगती होगी, माय गॉड। और बूढ़े भी दिख रही हैं, ये दो लेडीज तो बहुत एज में लग रही हैं। ओ माय गॉड, अपन तो कर ही नहीं सकते इस एज में काम यार, ये वाला।
Yeah, so so rightly said,
So
and in fact
painful.
that is,
मतलब
that
मेरी तो आंखों में आंसू आ रहे हैं ये सब सोच के ही.
yeah. So this is this is a very graphic picture I felt, which
Yeah.
which brings the connection between women empowerment and rainwater harvest, the
Sure,
need for
sure.
rainwater harvesting, the kind of water crisis that we are facing right now in India,
Yeah.
and where we're heading. Yeah, so it's very dangerous. Yeah. So here are some stats for all of us. 70% of India's water is contaminated as of now.
यो 1% पीने का पानी बचा है पूरी दुनिया में. Only 1%.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Anjuji. Yeah, thank you so much for that input. Yeah, 75% of the households, they don't have direct access to the drinking water. Yeah.
Oh my God.
84% of rural households don't have access to the piped water. Yeah?
Yes.
By
sure.
2030, 40% of the population will have no access, zero access to drinking water.
Okay.
And we all know
Pathetic
that.
situation, Mataji.
Huh?
Pathetic situation, Mataji.
Pathetic. It's really pathetic.
Yes,
Yeah,
Mataji.
and imagine, and those who are sitting in places where they have their own comfort zone.
Yeah. They are taking the decisions. Yes.
That this is not our problem. Let me let me bring out a fact that we will be losing 6% of GDP every year because of water crisis.
Yes.
And by the end of 2030, it would be like, a loss of another 6%. So whatever efforts we are making for the development, unless we have the water, access, unless we do rainwater harvesting, unless we take efforts to conserve water, yeah, all of our efforts will go in vain. So this is a water butterfly diagram that you see here, that I've drawn for the efforts that we are taking up at Govardhan Eco Village. And what we mean by butterfly effect is, water is not something which is to be used linearly. Yeah, there has to be a water circular approach. Now, what circular approach is? Whatever water we are using, we not only focus on what we are using, but also focus on what is going back and how much is going back in that circular approach. Here in Govardhan Eco Village, some good news with all of these scary, statistics that we have seen here. There is still a lot of ray of hope. Yeah. What you could see at Govardhan Eco Village is a beautiful sight right now. Anyone who visited GV and would like to say what you see here?
It's actually rainwater. Rainwater is harvesting here.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It's a water harvesting pond. Anyone knows what is the capacity of this pond which is there in Govardhan Eco Village?
70,000 or something.
A few yards.
Okay. Good guess. So it is 1 crore liter water capacity. Yeah, and let me tell you, we are in Palghar. We get rainfall amounting to 2100 to 2500 millimeters, which is very good rainfall, in fact. But at the same time, we are surrounded by Sahyadri mountains, and there is all basaltic rock here. It is non-porous rock. It doesn't allow too much of water to seep in. So still we have hope that there are some fractures, dyadic fractures they are called as, in these rocks, which still allow the aquifer recharge if done very scientifically and with a lot of effort. So rainwater harvesting is very, very critical. And I'm sure rainwater harvesting in all of the places beyond Palghar would be simpler with the kind of hydrogeology which is there in that particular place. And apart from this, a lot of focus is also on how do we replenish back the water we have used. Yeah. Any guess what you see here? Anyone who has visited GV would like to share?
It is
Hare Krishna Mataji. There is a one SPT plant who recycle all the wastewater.
Yeah, thank you so much. Who gave the point?
Vishal.
Vishalji, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for giving such an important point here. Yeah, and in
Welcome. I
fact,
saw that
the
is
SBT. Yeah, so in fact, those of you who would be probably very happy to know, one of the place where Maharaj likes, Radhanath Maharaj, like who is the founder of Govardhan Eco Village, likes to be, and he feels that it's a magic and it's the most beautiful place. And it is the soil biotechnology plant that we have at Govardhan Village. It recycles every day 2 lakh liters of water. So we add another crore liter of water, which we get from the used water that we have at Govardhan Eco Village, and it is used for the agricultural purposes here at GV. And this is 100% natural, the sewage treatment plant. And in fact, if you go even close by, you will never recognize that it is the sewage treatment plant. Yeah, it's all green, lush green that you see here. The flora and the fauna is growing. Yeah, and in fact, every month we get around 50 kgs of fruits from this area. We get another 20 kgs of flowers from this particular area. So can you imagine the kind of abundance that can come with the sustainability initiatives that you take up? And it's not always that difficult or a decision when it comes economically. Yeah? And moreover, if you remember, it is just 1 paisa per liter as an expense. So not only within Govardhan Eco Village, with a lot of villages close by, we do rainwater harvesting. So what you could see here is small farm ponds which are made, and these are kind of a shared farm ponds. The farmers come together at times if they are not able to afford it by themselves. Yeah, and they keep the track of water which is consumed by each of them. You could see also small jal kunds which we have helped to make, yeah, in the close by villages. Now this is for the agriculture purposes. So what can I do? So what do you think? Can you tell me small things that we can do to save water, or what you are already doing which has helped save water?
So there's one practice where every night before sleeping, I ensure in my house that there's a bucket filled with water, so that even if there is, hopefully that there is no water running out the next day. But this, even as per the subject of Vastu, they say that you should always have a bucket filled with water in your bathroom and not just leave your buckets empty. So this is something that I do every single night before I fall asleep.
Yeah, that's great. That's great to always remember the value of water. Yeah. But I hope it is used. Secondly.
Yes, of course.
Hello. Hi. So we have this tank water at home. So what I do is I keep the main supply of the tap which supplies water throughout all the taps in the house. I keep it very slow so that whenever we open the tap, the water does not gush with force and less water is consumed. So throughout all the taps, very little water is used,
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, even the maids. I mean, I don't tell them that I reduce the speed of the water. I just tell them पानी कम आ रहा है, इसलिए संभाल के use करना.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for that smartness. And I'm sure we require a lot of smart people like this when it comes to saving water.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go ahead.
Could you please repeat, ma'am, what ma'am said? I just missed it. Like, ma'am will reduce the water flow from the main tap, isn't it? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
So there is
the main tap that supplies water through to all the taps in the house, I reduce the speed of the, I keep it very low so that all the taps, whenever you open the tap, you'll have to open it more to get the water. The speed of the water will be very less.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's really smart, ma'am. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So reducing the time for shower probably. Then instead of shower, going back to the bucket, filled
Exactly.
water bath.
Also, when we take my child comes from school, if there's some water left in her bottle, I tell her to put it in a bucket rather than putting it off in the sink.
Wow, amazing! Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
So all of these small, things, they count. Yeah, in fact, every drop counts. What we say. So appropriately shared. Thank you for inspiring. May I know who shared this? Is there some disturbance at the background? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, may I know the name of the person who shared the points right now?
Jigna.
Jigna, thank you so much. Yeah, you have inspired us all. Yeah. So in fact, on the on the joke part of it, two of the boys, from US, they were recognized by UN for one of the techniques that they suggested to save water. Yeah. So when you pee while taking shower, you save water for one flush. Yeah. So jokes apart, but every effort, every drop of water counts. So what I bring all of us, and which is of very critical importance here, is the focus on plastic. Yeah, and as I rightly put it here, that plastic pandemic is catered to. Yeah, can you go ahead? Sorry, lost you.
Can you give us some solution for those, who are using excess water, like washing hands regularly? Like now this is COVID pandemic, so out of that fear, washing hands regularly, and when you come from outside, take bath, all these things. At certain point of time, it is unavoidable. But is there any, way out, so that we can, use the use of water in this way, taking bath again and again, or washing hands again and again?
Sorry, we are losing you in between, but I could realize that you're saying that. Can I suggest a few more things, like we have to wash hands frequently nowadays, and then taking bath when we come back from office, and because it is COVID and all of these things, we are extra careful. Yeah, probably that is what I can hear you at this point. So what is basic necessity to take care of health is basic necessity. Yeah. So there are taps nowadays which usually help you to clean faster and better, and there are sustainable solutions in that case. So you put faucet aerators on sink faucets. Yeah, this is the picture of it. If you put it, it would reduce the amount of water that you use for washing hands. And when you probably you would take a little water first, take the hand wash, properly do the hand wash according to the WHO standards. All the time the tap is closed, you open it, yeah, wash your hands, and then close it again. Yeah. So I'm not saying that we should stop overlooking the hygiene part. We need to balance, of course, but when we become conscious, we will realize that just becoming conscious would help save so much of water, as what rightly said by um, one of your participating audience here, that the water bottle. Let me tell you, the drinking water. We have a habit that what is left over from the earlier day, we just throw it out. You need not. If it is closed, container, the water stays good for 8 days. We need not throw away the water. So these are a few things that we can start looking at consciously and saving water. Definitely, what is, of course, one of the most important thing that we can do is look at, even in the urban, yeah, and for the gardening purposes and all of these purposes, for flushes, we can use this rainwater, harvested rainwater for this purpose. So let us go ahead, and something which is very important that we would like to again bring focus to is the plastic pandemic, as I mentioned, which is scarier to even COVID. So this is the consumption of plastic globally. And let me tell you, all of these zeros are real, and it's in tons. And this is just 2015. Yeah. So can you imagine that we are talking about, around 40 crores of tons of plastic which is consumed every year globally. And when it comes to India itself, India consumes something like the 2 crore tons of plastic. So when we look at the scenario of what is the situation for plastic, 6.3 trillion kgs of plastic waste is thrown away, and almost only 9% of the plastic is recycled. 91% goes to landfills, or it goes the drain, it goes to river, and that's how it also ends up into the ocean. So when you look at India itself, now when we say the plastic waste, so just the 60 cities which were tracked for the plastic waste, they led to something like 25,940 tons of plastic waste. And now when we talk about plastic, the biggest problem in the plastic is the single-use plastic. Yeah, almost 43% of India's plastic is single-use plastic, which goes into packaging, or which goes into the food cutlery, the disposable food cutlery and all, or maybe the plastic straws, or is the the water bottles, or the plastic bags that we take for shopping, and so on and so forth. So single-use plastic is one of the biggest daunting danger that we are all facing. Why? This is the fact, and this is a true photograph. Our oceans contain 300 million tons of plastic. And now, what is the most worrisome thing? Remember that what is the reason why plastic is used so much? Anyone can tell the technical fact behind why plastic is a preferred
Convenience.
thing?
It's
It's the easiest product available in the market, and and it's very inexpensive.
Easiest,
It's the cheapest.
Easy to carry. Easy to carry.
Easy to carry. Agreed. Yeah. Any other point? Technical.
Convenience.
Point that you know.
It doesn't have any what to say. If a cloth it drips,
Molecular
if it
level
is water and
इसकी
all.
ड्यूरेबिलिटी है इसमें, मतलब इसकी जो कुछ वैरायटी है उसमें तो वो जैसे बैकेलाइट जो इसका फॉर्म है वो बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग है, इसलिए इसको यूज किया गया है ना। और कुछ शेप्स हैं जो क्वाड्रेटिक शेप्स हैं जिसमें पैकेट्स आते हैं सारे, ये घी वगैरह सब आने लग गए। पहले तो वो डिब्बे आते थे, तो एक तो इनकी
करेक्ट
है ना, एक इनकी कॉस्ट कम पड़ रही है।
Usage
Yeah.
of plastic packed food.
Yeah, Anjali, what you're saying is right. Yeah, but beyond that, I'm talking about the molecular level. Do you know anything about the plastic
50
polymer?
microns minimum.
Yeah. I have read in my chemistry, but a longer time, 35 years ago.
50 microns. Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. No problem. So
They are resistant to
plastic
chemicals.
easily
Form of any
they're
product.
resistant to chemicals. Agreed. Yeah, they can be shaped in. They can take any shape. They
Any
can make
shape.
it into any product. Agreed.
But
Yeah.
ये
So
destroy
in
नहीं हो
fact,
रहा।
plastic.
ये अर्थ
Yeah,
में जाके
agreed.
destroy
So
नहीं
we'll
होता है।
come.
इसका जो लाइफ है ना वो बहुत ज्यादा है। ये तो एक राक्षस हो गया है जो हमको ही खा जाएगा। हमारी जमीन
Yeah.
खत्म कर रहा है, हमारा पानी खत्म कर रहा है,
Why
हमारे
does it
जंतु
happen
खत्म
that?
कर रहा है।
Yeah, Anjali, I agree with your point, and in fact, that is the point that I'm trying to make. But here, I would like to bring everyone to the fact that the plastic they are made from petrochemicals, yeah, and they have long polymer chains, and because these are long polymer chains and molecules, those chains don't break easily, and that's the reason that it doesn't decompose.
Yeah.
So we will see some of the facts here, and it's something which is very disturbing. Even the remotest part of the world, Arctic, Antarctic, Pacific, and it's a real photograph taken by the National Geographic.
Yeah.
He's a marine biologist that you could see here, John. Yeah, he has taken this particular photograph. And do you know that finally where this plastic will end up?
In seas.
So the molecules will not decompose. Agreed. So what happens is the larger size of the plastic items that you see, yeah, they will become smaller, and it will become nanoplastic or microplastic. Yeah, these are the nanoparticles of plastic, and it's everywhere. Yeah, so let me see if my internet is a bit more merciful and I'm able to show you this very interesting video.
Just a minute. It means अगर जैसे गांव वाले क्या करते हैं, चूल्हा जलाने के लिए ना एक थैली जलाई, फटाक से चूल्हा जल गया, तो इसमें एनवायरनमेंट में भी वो नैनो पार्टिकल रहेंगे।
Yeah, absolutely right. You're coming to the exact root in the root.
नहीं, मुझे एजुकेशन में देना है बच्चों को ये चीज। मैं राजस्थान में रहती हूँ,
rural area.
बहुत कमी
That's
होती
how
है। Yeah.
it's also. Yeah, this is the video. We'll all wait.
Intake. तो ये तो मतलब लेडीज के इंटेक इससे जहर हो गया।
Yeah, please pause. Okay. Yeah, so what you could see here is a true fact. Yeah, so we are. So can you tell me what would happen if these nanoparticles start logging in to the human system? It's there in our blood. It's there in all of the cells. Yeah, what would be the outcome of
Blockages
it?
in the
Any
heart.
guess? Blockages. Okay. Sorry.
जैसे गायें थैली खा के मरती हैं, वैसे हम लोग मरने लग जाएंगे।
True. But then, what are the disorders even in humans which have spoken about much, but it's an outcome of these nanoparticles.
It may causes cancer.
Any guess?
It may
Cancer
causes
is
cancer.
one of cancer is one of the biggest that we all are facing.
हाँ तो मुझे तो हुआ है कैंसर, मैं सर्वाइवर हूँ 2019 नवंबर से, और मिनिमम यूज कर रही हूँ मैं प्लास्टिक का, तो मतलब सोच भी नहीं सकती। और मतलब एल्यूमिनियम भी मैंने छोड़ दिया बिल्कुल, मिट्टी के बर्तन और स्टील पे आ गई हूँ।
Lately, I had seen lately I had seen somewhere or read somewhere. I had read somewhere that plastic was found in the placenta of a mother, in the womb of the mother. Yes. वो न्यूज में पेपर में या न्यूज में दिखाया था, सोनोग्राफी में प्लेसेंटा में फाउंड हुआ था प्लास्टिक, particles of minute particles.
True. So and it's no wonder, with the kind of input that I've given it to you. So definitely, the plastic molecules would take 400 years, more than 400 years to decompose. What does that mean? 16 generations are being gifted with this trouble.
My God.
16 generations will face this trouble. And it's not just us, so we can imagine what we are gifting our children and grandchildren and the future generation. So pathetic. So the danger to human life is in the form of all of these diseases: cancer, endometriosis, neurological damage, endocrine disruption, then birth defects, child developmental disorders, reproductive damage, all of these. See, imagine, these are nanoparticles. They can easily permeate cells, human cells.
मेरे को एक बात कहनी है,
and probably it's
ये जो आप रिकॉर्डिंग को भेजेंगे, तो मैं राजस्थान में हमारा डायरेक्टरेट है जो किताबें लिखता है, मैं उनको दिखा के इसको हिंदी में कन्वर्ट करा के हमारी स्टडीज में डलवाना चाहती हूँ, बुक्स में।
बिल्कुल, एक्चुअली इसका हिंदी में टूल किट अवेलेबल है यूनाइटेड नेशंस के वेबसाइट पे. आई विल बी टेकिंग यू ऑल टू दैट वेबसाइट एंड आई विल बी शोइंग यू वेयर इट वुड बी अवेलेबल. And I'm so sorry, I've exceeded my time limit, but can I just still finish it in another 10 minutes if others don't have problem?
Okay, no problem.
Okay, Mataji.
No problem, Mataji.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for bearing my overshooting the time limit. Yeah, so the primary cause of 1 million endangered species is plastic pollution. Almost 45,000 marine animals have ingested plastics and either killed or injured. And in fact, a lot of them also lose their body parts and they end up into suffocation. So is there anything that we can do together? Yeah. So Govardhan Eco Village is recognized as supporting organization by United Nations Environment Program, along with International Society for Krishna Consciousness, as part of the Plastic Tide Turners Challenge Program. Now, this is a very scientifically designed program. If you go, I'll be taking you to where you can register for. This is a very beautifully designed course, which takes you step by step to understand how plastic is a menace, at level 1. So the knowledge part of it. Then as we go further, basically it takes you to the next step where it motivates you to do plastic audit at home, where you can just 1 minute, because I came to this point, I'm going a little further and I'll just come back a little after this. So once we come to know how plastic, what we can do plastic consumption. But if we have to reduce something, we have to monitor it first. So it's a very scientifically designed, simple form by United Nations, which helps you to keep the balance sheet of how much plastic we are consuming. It's called as plastic audit at home. Yeah. And once we start doing that, definitely the next step is this week, this much is the plastic that I consumed. Yeah, single-use plastic. In the next week, can I go to the next level and show some substantial reduction in the single-use plastic that I've consumed? Yeah, so we start becoming conscious. Plastic bags, can we reduce it? When going to the mall, can we ensure that we take bags? Yeah. And when we are going to the vegetable vendors, can we ensure that we take a cloth bag which has partitions, which will ensure that the vegetables are also sorted at the same time? We avoid the plastic bags for the shopping. Yeah. So this is at the individual level that we do and act against plastic pollution. And the third step is advocacy. Yeah, the way Anjuji is inspired, the way all of you all are also inspired at this particular point of time. Yeah, can I speak to one more person about plastic menace? Can I talk to one more person about this plastic pandemic, which is scarier than the COVID pandemic? Yeah, COVID, we are right now seeing its effect, but this plastic pandemic is eating us up from inside, and we all don't know that it has eaten up us already. Yeah, and we are not correlating the diseases which are happening with a lot of things which are the primary cause of it. So if with this particular discussion, if you feel that you can do something or you want to do something, my earnest request is we'll be sharing this link with all of you, yeah, as a post. Also, please go to this particular link. So it will take you to the to GV's website, where you can fill up a form here. Yeah, you can just input your name, you can just include your mobile number, you can just include uh, the email ID and the city wherever you are, and it will take you next to the Tide Turners Challenge program website, where you can go and register yourself. So you can fill in your first name, last name, and all of these details. Now, when you come to this place, which partner you are associated with, you can choose anyone. It could be CEE or it could be WWF. Yeah? And when you are before submitting the form, please also select either ISKCON or Govardhan Eco-Village as the organization that recommended you to participate in this particular challenge, and sign up for this particular course. Once you sign up for this particular course, it is very systematically designed, and it takes you through all of the levels, and here are a few resources I was talking about. Yeah, so the toolkit is available in many of the languages. So it's available in English, Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, Gujarati, Kannada, Marathi, Malayalam, Bengali, all of these languages, which give most of the details that I've spoken about when it comes to plastic. Yeah. And in fact, there are a few more resources in the library too. You can explore more if you want to take it up as an initiative. In fact, I would also put in the chat next my email ID, where you can reach back to my email ID. Plus, we have a Tide Turner's email ID also, which you can reach back to us at Govardhan Eco-Village. So here is something that you can substantially do at your individual level to head on act against plastic pollution. Those who would like to volunteer and act as outreach partners, so we are looking for outreach partners pan-India. So you can always connect back to us at the institutional level, at the individual level, at the corporate level. At all of these levels, we would like to collaborate, and we can find out how we can together ensure that we fight against this plastic pollution. So those of you who are good at video making, those who are good at writing, those who are good at poster making, those who are good at painting, all of you can help volunteer, and we can create a buzz around, you know, you know, shouting, giving a shout out in regards with the plastic pandemic. Yeah, so we require a lot of hands, we require a lot of brains, and we require a lot of hearts committed for this purpose. And it's also a win-win that those who are participating in this plastic tide turner challenge program, at the end of the program, you get a certificate from UN. That matters a lot, having a certificate from UN certifying you, recognizing you for the efforts that you have taken to reduce the plastic pollution. And moreover, at all of the levels, you cross some 5 levels, you also get badges from UN for this purpose. So it's a win-win-win for all of us. Yeah, and I think most importantly, what we are doing is making our life better and easier. So there is one last video that I would like to share, and then we can start with question and answers after this.
Mataji, can we take the question and answers on our group, because we need to start another meeting at 6:25.
Sure, Prabhu. I 6:25, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, do I have a minute to show this video? It's just 1 minute.
Yes, Mataji,
Or
you can.
Yeah, thank you so much for making this interaction so meaningful. All of you have been amazing audience, and I have personally got so much of inspiration from each one. So I'm just copying the the link for the GEV's website, and you all can immediately go and register for this particular program, or not only on Govardhan Eco Village's website, but also on the website of the Titan. Yeah. Any questions at this particular point of time?
Yes, Mataji, I have a question. Is this course paid and the
No,
duration,
it's a
please?
free course. It's a free course.
Thank you, Mataji.
It's completely free, and in fact, it's not just free, but it's also like you get in fact a lot of things from it.
True.
The certificates, badges. So UN has floated it as a free course for all of us. Yeah, and you have a lot of these toolkits, and if you have any queries further in this particular regard, I'm just putting my email ID in the chat. Please
Mataji, could
ensure
you
that
please send the link as well on the message.
Yeah, I'll be doing that immediately. Yeah, this
Any
is my
particular
email
date
ID here,
that this
and
starts? Any
sorry,
specific
can you say
any
it again?
specific date this is starting?
No, it's already on from June itself. From the January itself, and it will be running till June.
Okay, thank you, Mataji.
Yeah. So in fact, just give me a minute. I'm just pasting the link here for all of us. Any other question? by then.
Mataji, I do have a question, but I don't know if you have enough time. It's a quick question.
Yeah, tell me.
You had showed the number of cities which are very polluted in India. And when I looked at that list, majority of them are in northern India. So that just speaks to us about the consciousness of the people. There's no city there coming from South India at all.
Oh, what a valid observation. I don't know, it has something to do with probably a lot to do probably with also the behavioral aspect. And in fact, let me tell you, 80% is behavior. Yeah, 80% has to do with behavior here. Sorry, I'm not unable to paste in the chat box, but I'll have to type it out.
Could you ask the co-host
yeah,
to type
by
it
then,
since he just dropped a message?
We have a WhatsApp group. You can post in that as well, ma'am.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Hare Krishna Mataji, we can do
So
that
are you
on
going
WhatsApp group.
On the WhatsApp?
WhatsApp
Yeah,
group.
yeah, sure. I'll do that.
Yeah.
So you will get a detailed post in this particular regard. And I would urge all of you to please register for this particular program and take it further. Those of you can volunteer, please come ahead and please tell us if you would be interested to volunteer for us to make it happen. Yeah.
Sure. Yes, ma'am.
Definitely.
Yes, Mataji. Sure.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for today's session.
Thank you very much, Mataji.
Thank you.
Thank you,
God
Mataji.
I'm
bless
so grateful to each one of you. Thank you.